School Zahira, and I would like to introduce my team members, Sharifah Zainal, Muhammad Izzuddin Shah, Nabil Shakimi, and Muhammad Faiz, and we are from Group 4. Our organization is called as ENV Matters Association. Well, the short form of Environment Matters Association. Well, our social marketing campaign is called as a Tossers Cool with Fine. Alright, in developing a marketing campaign, we would definitely have to involve in step 1, which is to set the social issue background, purpose and focus. As for the social issue, we identify that littering habit and improper waste disposal on the roadside road has increased for the past few years. As for the background, we have identified 60% of 32 Malaysian population has failed to throw their trash into the trash bin. So, the purpose in doing this social campaign is to instill the sense of guilt when littering and the concern about the environment. And the last part is our focus. We want to encourage people. We want to urge people to throw their rubbish in the right way and at the right place.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will explain more on step 2, which is SWOT analysis. Okay, the first one is strength. Strength in our product is that this is a high technology camera that can detect littering. Of course, this is a better way to deal with litters, people that throw their rubbish away. And the weakness that we found in this product is that it is quite an expensive product because it comes from a quite high technology, and because of that we have and we also have a limitation of budget for the goals that we want to achieve. But then the opportunity that we can get from this product is that the targeted area of littering can be controlled much more, and our camera make litterings much more harder for the people out there. And then of course there is always a threat to our product, which is an emerging of competitors with new invention for the littering problem, and also the people's attitude toward the camera that had been placed. Moving on to step 3 is that we want to select the priority audience for this campaign. Okay, the primary audience that we want to select is that people who are driving and throw out garbage while driving. Okay, this is our primary target, primary audience. And the secondary audience is that cyclists who litter their plastic bottle or plastic waste, and riders, cyclists and riders who throw away their plastic waste, their cigarette butts during their ride. Because the lifespan of this litter on the road is quite high, as had been provided in this slide.
Okay, so next is step 4, that is behavior and target goals. From our campaign, we focus to encourage people to dispose their waste of rubbish using the right way at the right place, which that from our campaign objective is to dispose the waste at the right place to stop littering at the road, which that we want to make the cleanliness at the public place, which that we acknowledge the fact of the road user and people in Malaysia to take the action, and that we will capture and monitoring by the surveillance camera, which that road user and people in Malaysia must be alert to take care of our environment, which that do not throw away the rubbish at public place in Malaysia. And our target goals for our campaign is to reduce the number of road littering by the road user, which that Malaysia has 70% people do not care and do not have the responsibility towards littering littering with right properly and the right way in public place. Okay, so next is step 5, that is priority audience. For our campaign, the audience better is to show the road user and people in Malaysia are annoyed being surrounded, which they throw away the rubbish when they go out. That is not good example of behaviours toward the road user and people in Malaysia. From our campaign, the road user and people in Malaysia must be able to increase the morality that will portray to give the great examples towards others people in Malaysia.
Now we're moving on to the steps number 6. As for the step number 6, which is crafting desired positioning, when we are handling a campaign, we have specific target that we want our audience to know. We want to put in the mind of our audience. So as for Litterers Cool with Find campaign, our positioning statement is that we want road user to stop road littering and start a proper waste disposal to avoid getting fined. Study shows 60% out of 32 million Malaysian road users are still fail to put their waste to dispose their waste at the right place. And also, government has spent around 200,000 monthly just for our capital city waste management. Therefore, this is a very crucial issues that we need to overcome, which is the road littering.
To the step 7, which is the intervention of marketing next 4 P's. Alright, the first one would be the product, which is an augmented product where we will make use the anti-littertosser surveillance camera with the conjunction of the camera motorway system in Malaysia. Would be price, which is the monetary disincentives, where we will be given fines to people who is caught by this anti-littertosser surveillance camera. The third one is place, where the anti-littertosser surveillance camera will be stored at highways and as well as targeted litter road dumping site. The promotion, we see this an opportunity where we would use the key messages: the more you litter, the more you pay, a digital poster, a video, and we will use messengers from a spokesperson and also the Department of Environment Malaysia, DOE.
After all those hard work put into the implementation of our Litterers with Fine, now we move on to the step number 8. Number 8, which is the plan for monitoring and evaluation. For the monitoring purpose, we have 4 elements that we will look through. First is the input. What most important in the input is the expenditure spent on this campaign. Second, we have the output. Basically, the output, the process of measuring. So we will measure through the authority's record, which is the find. Third is the outcome. The outcome from the campaign is that we wanted to see the increasing number of awareness towards the fine and also the road cleanliness, the importance of road cleanliness. And for the impact, of course, there will be a reduction of road littering. How will it be measured? We will look through the authority's record and the numbers of awareness towards the fine, which during the first phase of implementation and the second phase of implementation, and of course through our social media platform Insight.
Moving on to step 9, which is the budget. So for budget, our organization picked objective and task method. There are 3 steps in the objective and task method, which are setting the goals and objective, and then setting the steps in achieving the goals, and then considering the cost of the campaign. So the purpose and goals of this campaign is to change behavior, the littering behavior of road users. And then the step is providing our product, which is the camera, and then creating fines for people who litters. And then the cost is the cost we need to consider in creating the product and the cost of fine that we are going to generate. And then finally, we have to reconsider our plan if the goals exceed our budget. There are 2 ways in dealing with this, whether make our objective narrow or create a fundraising to non-government sector. Moving on to the last step, which is the implementation plan, step 10. We will consider what we are going to do, who will be responsible, when it will be done, and what is the cost for the campaign. So what we are going to do is we're going to make a campaign in order to change the littering behavior of road users. And then who will be responsible is the organizer of the campaign, the Ministry of Environment, and Health Ministry, because Health Ministry once collab with DBKL in order to prevent smokers from littering butts. It will be done in January 2021 this year, and then the cost of the campaign would be more than 25,000 because the software of the camera itself costs more than 10,000.